This is the one video that's actually going to help you with this election outcome. Whoever's going to win, there's going to be a direct response on what happens in the crypto markets, and especially this one token that will have a huge explosion if one of these candidates is elected. But before we get into that, my name is Aaron Dishner. What's up? And you're watching the Coin Bureau Trading channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for 30,000 subscribers. Let's keep this momentum going. Like the video, leave a comment down below to let me know what you've learned in today's video, and let's get right into the charts. So first off, yes, we need to pay attention to Bitcoin. The daily candle has just opened, almost 2 hours ago, and we're up 2.5%. Which is amazing. Actually, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the 4-hour candle actually moved up quite a lot, 3% or so. That's a big move for Grandpa Bitcoin. So understand that big moves like this that happen quickly, it's a nice impulse, but it might not be sustainable. However, why is Bitcoin pumping? Now, admittedly, some of you are going to watch this later. You're not going to be able to watch this. You're going to be obsessed with what's happening in elections. You're going to be having an election watch night party or something like that. Crypto is way more exciting and way more fun and way more rewarding anyway. But anyway, yes, vote, do all that fun stuff, although now it's too late. Well, depending on what county you're in, it's never too late to vote, right? So I want you to understand a couple of things, a couple of core things that I see happening with BTC. Faster time frames look bullish. This line right here, the TBO slow line, and I actually just talked about this in a previous video on the Coin Bureau channel. If you come in here and you go to my video on trend trading made simple, I talk about this. So I'm assuming that you've watched that video. I'm assuming you're keeping up with all this stuff. But this indicator is a trend-based indicator using moving averages to generate a lot of these signals, okay? But the slowest line right here, the bottommost line, is the TBO slow line. If it's angling upward, that means that we have a strong upward trend. However, the time frame dictates the strength. The faster the time frame, the weaker the signal. The longer the time frame, the stronger the signal. Now, what I want to make really simple for you right here and right now is on the daily time frame, if we pay attention to the slow line, which was red and it was pointing down, it has flattened out, but it is not necessarily pointing up. If I zoom in, it's actually flat, which isn't good. When we have a flat slow line like this, it means that there is no real strong trend intact. And the only way to change that is for the price to continue pushing upward. Now, the other lines of the TBO, the other moving averages, and if I put like a smooth moving average, like 21 period or 50 period, they would be moving up. This is a slower one though. It's going to take a lot more price action and energy to push higher to get this excited. But here's the thing. Once this starts curling up, then things are going to be explosive for Bitcoin. Now, one other thing to keep in mind too, and again, if you watch that video on trend trading, you'll understand what I'm saying. But when we have the price wicking inside of the cloud, or if we're using the Ichimoku, wicking or closing inside of the cloud, that's a sign of bearish consolidation to come. I want you to keep that in mind. Okay, so while it feels great that BTC is above the cloud, it looks bullish, things are actually not macro bullish on the daily. Let's zoom out one more time to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is showing us a lot of great signs, to be completely honest with you. Now, the reason why I'm looking at the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly is because I want to have a good idea of what's happening on multiple time frames. The 4-hour is a very fast or early alert system or early alert time frame. That's the best way I can say it. So it's going to let me know when these big moves are starting, but there's no strength behind those moves just yet. The daily time frame levels it up. And when I see the daily time frame looking bullish, well, then I have more confidence. And when we zoom out even more to the weekly, this is giving me the most confidence knowing that even if we have a pullback, that the general trend is either up, flat, or down. Okay. So same concept. We're going to be looking at the slow line. The slow line has been moving up for weeks and weeks and weeks, even with all of this sideways chop right here, even with the price closing inside the cloud, even with all these bearish symbols firing off. Because this is moving up still, I have confidence that BTC will continue to move up higher. So even though the daily time frame looks flat and boring, the weekly time frame is telling us that the momentum is still up. I know it's a little bit confusing, but that's how I interpret it. The other thing I want you to pay attention to is that RSI on the weekly time frame, and by the way, I use RSI with the length of 7. That's very important because I think the default is 14 when you add it on TradingView. We're getting so close to this treasured zone of 70. Once we hit 70 or above on the weekly time frame, that tells me that there is a very strong bullish trend intact. And we're getting so close to that happening. Now, look over here. October 2023. What happened here? October 2023 is when we saw all of the BTC spot ETF euphoria begin. And what happened when RSI was overbought? Did we see an immediate correction? No, because when RSI is overbought on the weekly time frame, we can see that the price continues to rally up and up and up and up and up. Now, we got a cool off period here over the summer, and now we're seeing it move back up to overbought levels. This is a good sign. It's different than the daily time frame. On the weekly, we want to see this, okay? Now let's talk about election outcomes. And this is the part where some of you might not like what I say or what I put them again. This is my thoughts. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions, okay? We're going to make this super duper simple and just look at the price. Now, we have some important things to pay attention to before I go into my price predictions. We have consistently higher lows, 49, 52, 58, 65, 65. Oh, and this one is not 67. It made a newer low, or rather a higher low here at 66. But no, we have not messed with or seen a higher low close below a previous one. This is good. Now, if this low is down here, meeting or exceeding 65K or like 64, then we break our structure. But for now, we're good. We're just making consistently higher lows. That's a really good sign of strength. The other thing that we need to keep in mind too is that Bitcoin continues to perform so well to the point that it has pushed above pretty much all of our targets except for our coveted $73,794 target. The momentum is up. The strength is up. Now, what do we need to pay attention to right now? The main thing we need to pay attention to is the election outcome. My personal opinion, and this is not Coin Bureau Trading speaking, this is Aaron Dishner speaking. If Trump is elected president, there will be an election pump and we'll probably see Bitcoin create another short squeeze to the upside. Now, for all of you that have been paying attention to my videos, talking about the bull flag setup, talking about this liquidation zone at $70,400 or whatever, what happened when the price hit that? It shot up an additional 5 or 6%. It liquidated all of those leveraged shorts, And all the people that piled in late, what happened? The price went against them. They got liquidated to the downside. And now we go up higher. My guess is that there is way more leveraged positions way up here that shorted the market or shorted late. And if Trump wins the presidential election, we're going to see the price of BTC continue to pump higher. And once it gets into this zone right here, my guess is that it will push up higher. We'll get a new all-time high, and it'll probably go up to about 77,000 or so. Now, moving up one day 9%, actually, it would be more like 11%. Yeah, 10.5%. That's a big, tall order to ask for. Not impossible, but that would be huge. If BTC pumps on a Trump victory, expect the next day to have a severe correction. I don't think that it's going to be one pump and it's just going to keep going up. Usually these single one-day big pumps are not sustainable, so keep that in mind. So just to make sure I'm being clear about this, I think it'll go up and then we'll have a correction down, but eventually we'll keep going up higher and higher and higher. Okay? So that's the Trump outcome. Now, what would happen if Kamala is elected president? Now, I personally think that if she is elected president, we're going to see a dump, and we will probably see a dump that breaks our structure. I would love it for it to stop here on the top area of our bull flag up here at 64K. It also has the capability, depending on how the market receives the news, it could drop a lot lower. Now, I don't expect Bitcoin to make a 16% move in a single day, but I'm telling you now, if she's elected and we see the price of BTC come anywhere down to this level right here, this previous low, and we break our structure, like I just showed you before, all of this structure of higher lows, higher lows, higher lows is broken, then that's going to basically be the top for the short term. We'll see Bitcoin fall down and it'll go a little bit lower. We might struggle with this line again. But eventually, we're going to see it come back up and we'll see it go on to higher highs. So whether it's Trump, whether it's Kamala, there will be an initial shock on the market. Either way, that's the way at least I'm interpreting Bitcoin's price action. Now, keep in mind that if Bitcoin pumps 5%, alts will overreact to a multiple factor effect of 1.2 times to 2.5 times. So we could see charts pump up a lot more. Now, which charts will pump the most? This gets into what I really want to talk about in today's video. Doge. Doge is on an incredible trajectory right now. It has been ever since August 5th's dump. It's currently up, I need to come back over here. From this range of about 9 cents, it's up about 100% in 2 months. Why the big increase? If you've been paying attention to what's been going on social media and everything with the election, Elon Musk has been brought into the mix, as well as Tulsi Gabbard. I said her last name wrong, I'm sure. RFK, all these other people for these new committees to help change how the United States and the White House runs. And one of those departments is the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, or Doge. It's not a mistake. Now, Doge, from what I remember and what I believe is correct, it actually is an acronym for do only good every day or something like that. And it's just supposed to be a fun meme, but the Department of Government Efficiency also works too. Now, does this mean that Doge will replace the US dollar? No. Does this mean that Doge will pump? Probably, because what are we going to start hearing on news networks? Doge. What pumped a couple of years ago when Elon Musk was talking about Doge all the time? We saw Doge go from just absolutely nothing down here, and it pumped up 27,000% over the course of 200 days. Elon Musk was showing all these memes with Doge, talking about Doge all the time, dropping Doge stuff. He even talked about Doge as well in the last We Robot, what is that thing? Like the We Robot presentation or announcement or whatever that they had 2 weeks ago. They were talking about the robotaxi and all that stuff. So Doge is not going anywhere. Now, again, I do not believe that Dogecoin will be any form of government currency, but it's an acronym that will be used a lot. It's a lot easier to say Doge instead of Department of Government Efficiency, if it even happens, okay? If Trump is elected, I do believe that he will do something like this. And a lot of people don't like Elon Musk right now. I do. I think that, we don't have to get into that can of worms, but that, again, these are my opinions. However, what we need to pay attention to in regards to what's happening, if Trump is elected, I fully believe that Doge will pump. It will pump way, way, way hard. Why? Because people already knew about it before, back in 2020 and 2021. I even had my father-in-law text me saying, "How do I buy Doge?" It's like, what? Are you kidding me? If Trump is elected and this actual Department of Government Efficiency is instated, Doge will be talked about a lot. Crypto is going to be talked about a lot. Things are going to get really, really, really hot. We could see Doge shoot a lot higher. Now, let's talk about what's happening right now today. The big thing that's happening right now today is in regards to support and resistance levels that have been in play for a long time. Actually, when I come over here to the weekly time frame, just so it's a little bit more clear. Okay, so check this out. We have a pretty decent level of support. The price is doing well to hold above it. Yes, we consolidated for basically a year in this range at about 6 cents, and it's up now. That's great. Yay. But the main thing is that we have a long-term level of resistance established back here in May 2021 and confirmed here March 2024. It's a 3-year period, and the price is literally testing it and pushing above it. Now, this goes back to a previous video that I did, maybe one of my first videos on the channel. You'll have to go back through all the videos, but I talk about bull flags and I talk about support and resistance levels and the importance of identifying a test versus a pierce. Real quick, Because we're establishing our resistance level at this point, this is not a test or a pierce. So I want to make that super duper clear. Now, right here, when the price comes up to this resistance level, it does not move above it, but it comes right up to it to kiss it. This is a test. Right now, this is not a test. We're seeing a test that happened yesterday, right there. I can't draw on that part, but you see it. But right here, this is a clear pierce. The main thing that we want to keep in mind about tests and pierces are a very, very, very good sign because it shows that that level is not as strong as people once believed. So when we see a pierce of a significant resistance or support level, pay attention. And the more tests and pierces that we see on a support or a resistance level, the weaker that level becomes. We can also count these levels. We can also count these tests. And again, this is why I have it circled. We have support established here. This is not a test. We have not seen any tests or pierces of support. Now we have this level here. To be honest, we already saw it pierced a while ago, right? We already saw the price shoot up above it, but now we have moved it up because we need to readjust. And now we're seeing tests and pierces happening this week and last week. We're seeing way more tests and pierces of resistance. Therefore, the likelihood of the price moving up higher is much greater than it is falling lower. It is at significant resistance. So I'm not trying to downplay how significant this is, but it is worth saying that this is a big deal. And again, going back to the whole theory that I have, if Trump is elected, the Department of Government Efficiency will be a thing. Doge will be talked about on media sources and in print. Again, Elon Musk will be in print for better or worse. And I expect the price of Dogecoin to go up. In the short term, if Trump is elected, Doge will pump, okay? There are other things that I want to show you too. The TBO indicator is showing us a lot of bullish momentum happening. We have two TBO breakouts right here and right here. Now, I really wanted to see a third one. We didn't see a third one. 3 in a row is really, really, really good, but we are seeing one in progress right now today. The slow line, like I talked about before with Bitcoin, this one is actually... well, it's slowly starting to curl up. It has been bearish for quite a while, but now it's flattening out and it's starting to curl up, but it's not enough to make me go, oh man, this is really, really, really good. If we look at RSI on the daily time frame, it is overbought. We do have resistance. I'm not going to do a precise drawing of it, but it's something like this. So we could still see RSI get overheated to about 78 or 79 before we can expect a pullback. So again, looking good. On the weekly time frame with the TBO, the slow line has actually been bullish back here since March 2024. Even though we've had some major pullbacks, it's still angling upward. So again, Doge is looking a lot stronger than you would believe. I want to show you something else. We're actually going to go a little bit deeper on Doge and where the price could go. Once overhead support is successfully broken, and I quantify a break as breaking above resistance and holding above that level for at least 3 days, ideally coming back, retracing to bounce off of it and then moving up higher. But where could it go? Well, we can draw some Fibonacci retracements to see where is resistance and support. And lo and behold, we're looking at resistance right here, the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, just under 19 cents. So Doge is moving up. It's trying its best to break above resistance. There's also not strong, but there is obvious resistance here. The price respected this level. And even though it pierced above it, it couldn't hold above it back here in March. Now, once that's pushed above, the next target is going to be right here. Now, typically the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level is considered golden resistance or golden support. That's the Fibonacci, I'm going to say retracement again. That's not the right word, but the sequence, the 618, or rather the 0.618, 61.8% or whatever, 0.618. It's a really, really, really significant number. I'm going to keep going because this is going to be word salad all over the place. And we've already had enough word salad for the last month or so. Did I say that? So we're going to see the price come up here and test resistance. That's 26%. That's still a pretty big pump, 42%. Again, it really does depend on the outcome. But this is our next target. Now, what's interesting is that when we zoom out and we look at what is possible, I mean, that's the first level that we're really going to see for resistance, which is actually great. 26% up. 26 cents. A move of 40% looks great, but we should actually zoom out a lot farther to find the best, or rather the first high to the lowest low to give us some OG fibs. Now we can see how the price of Doge respected our 2.0 extension back here in 2022, 2023. It respected the 2.272 here when it had a pump. This is showing support. It falls down, it's resistance, it breaks above. That's really, really good. And we have resistance up here at 40 cents. So our target short term is 26 cents. But notice that we have the 0.768 fib level overlaps with the 2.618. So really our target is 41 cents, which is quite the increase from our current price. It's up about 123%. Is that going to happen right away? No. No. That is not going to happen right away. But I want you to understand that it's very important to pay attention to the election outcome for various reasons. But the main thing that I want to tell you in this video, the main thing is that again, this is my opinion, if Trump wins, there will be an initial market pump, and then there will be a retracement, but everything is eventually going to go up. If Kamala wins, there will probably be a dump, there will be a correction back, and the price will go up again. If Trump wins, Doge will be talked about a lot. So I expect Dogecoin to actually increase in price over time. If he doesn't win, then it's not going to be a thing. So there's nothing to really talk about there. It's a nothing burger. Okay. So we have some amazing price potential for Doge. And while we should be accumulating Bitcoin for the future, it doesn't hurt to dip our toes into the meme coins, and Doge is the granddaddy of all meme coins as far as I know. So it would be really silly of us if we did not have some sort of allocation to meme coins. And we've been getting a lot of those coins covered on the channel again. So pay attention, subscribe. Dan has been doing some great updates, okay? Trading Parrot has also been doing some great updates as well. Subscribe. Let's get the numbers up 10 times to get it up to 300,000 subscribers. So you know what to do. Like the video, leave a comment on what you learned, and until the next time, stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.